Okay, another essay to assess, as always, using the criteria to do so. And once again, I wrote a sample essay to illustrate my points. Now, one of the main things that I've seen in this essay, they'll say right from the start, vocabulary, inappropriate uses of language, inappropriacies, very inappropriate. The examiner wouldn't like this higher degrees of inaccuracy or inappropriacy. So words that don't collocate, they're not proper synonyms, the structure of the sentences. So one of the main things in this essay here is the vocabulary. Now I know that a lot of people do it, using inappropriate words. I believe that in Iran and in other countries too, you are taught to try and force as much complicated vocabulary into an essay as possible, hoping to get a higher score. But the opposite is the case. The opposite is the case. It must be used accurately and appropriately with natural control. In other words, it must read to a native as though it were written by a native. It must be natural. It's basically the same as the speaking. So if you're using vocab that doesn't fit, you won't get a high score. You'll instead get a lower score. So, many education systems, more academic subjects instead of sport and exercise. So 2 questions to answer. How will they impact the children and what can be done? So in the majority of school curriculums or schools curriculums, a number of academic subjects outweigh sport and exercise classes. I believe the situation encourages students to devalue sports activities. I'm not sure why that would be, and adopt a sedentary lifestyle. But a sedentary lifestyle, kids are not at school 24 hours a day, so why would they develop a sedentary lifestyle? Why wouldn't they simply play sports after school? So that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Anyway, when the accent of school curriculums is on academic subjects and not sports classes, it indirectly undermines the importance of sports activities in the eyes of students. Why would it do so? Simple assertion is not an argument. In this situation, students gradually become lazy and have little inclination to work out. Oh yes, that's it. Yes, that's one more thing. We've got workout. What is this? So, so we've got workout time, workout. What's that? 4 different uses of workout. So you've got to watch that. Yeah, workout, etc. So we need to paraphrase a little. I suppose it's 4 or 5 uses of workout. It's exercise or sports activities, being sporty, being sportive, exercising, taking exercise, change the form. Okay, so as school goes at a formative stage of development, a lack of workout, it's not right. Workout is usually, it's a noun, a workout. I'm going to work out at the gym, so it can be both a noun and a verb, but we wouldn't say the lack of workout, we might say the lack of working out. But usually, working out implies going to the gym and lifting weights, which probably kids wouldn't be doing. They'll be doing football, hockey, those kind of team sports at school. Now, can thrust the risk. That doesn't collocate. Not good use of vocab. Developing excruciating diseases. What are you talking about? Excruciating. How is obesity a disease? It isn't. You simply eat too much and you don't do enough exercise. It's not a disease. And why would it be excruciating? How can you develop excruciating diseases? So that's a good example there of what I said in terms of vocabulary. That doesn't read natural or naturally to a native at all. You don't thrust a risk. Excruciating diseases. Now, why would it be a patent example? Why wouldn't you just say for example? There's no need for this. Nobody says take something as an example. We will simply say, for example, a survey by London University has proven that obese children have participated in fewer sports classes at school compared to their peers who have attended sports centre schools. So that doesn't really prove anything. What does that prove? You said, there's no sports, but here you said it's fewer. So is it no sports? Is it fewer sports? Okay, so that doesn't make a lot of sense there. Although in stating this policy of the education system being practical solution, well, it doesn't say anything about reinstating it. It just says there's more academic subjects instead of sport in many systems. So now, why would it be an arduous and time-consuming task? Why exactly? It should really be quite easy. Why would it be an arduous and time-consuming task? What, to reschedule a sports lesson? Why would that be arduous and time-consuming? Hence, a better strategy could be getting parents involved in children or in children's sports programs. Or shouldn't parents be involved in any case? Okay, children's sports programs. And generally, human beings trust their parents more than... Well, okay, but what's that got to do with the topic, or indeed what's that got to do with anything? I'm not really sure what that sentence is, what the purpose is of that sentence in this essay. Now, primary care givers, you mean parents? Now, I know you're trying to paraphrase, but nobody says primary care givers. You're talking to a friend, oh, how's it going? How are your primary care givers? You wouldn't say that, you simply say, oh, how are your parents? But you have got parents, but you've got about, 4 or 5 uses of parents here. You've got parents. Okay, you can use pronouns, they, this, these, those, parenting, etc. You don't have to use parents all the time. And I don't even know why you have it here. It says here, many education systems, so it's at school. Wait till you see my example. I only mention parents maybe once or twice, so you'll see in a moment. Now, children adopt the habit and pursue activities willingly. Emphasize health promoting acts. Why do they have to prove this? I mean, why wouldn't you just say, in my opinion, it's the parents' job, they should take their children to sports clubs. It doesn't matter, well, it does, but I'm not sure what the point is of saying that when the parents say this, they will do it. I mean, won't they just do it anyway? Oh, right. Anyway, next show the responsibility of children's workout and, cease the repercussions of lack of exercise. Not natural at all. In conclusion, schools which focus more on academic subjects, parents could tackle this issue, motivate to embed sports activities. Yes, I'm just going to embed an activity into my life, my lifestyle. Okay, not very natural at all. Right, task response. Let's have a look. 9, no. 8, well developed, clear, not really. Ideas, overgeneralize. Okay. Lack of focus, precision, clarity, yeah, okay. Supporting arguments, not sufficient. Okay. I'm kind of in two minds with this one here. You're talking about, so you have answered the questions, but the support for your ideas. Okay, I'll be generous. I'll give it a 7. Examiner may not see it in quite the same way. The evidence could be better, however. Let's have a look. Cohesion Coherence. Clear central topic, more or less. Substitution, central topic not be clear. General clear, overall progression not really. Coherently arranged, I suppose, kind of. Is it logically organized? Not as such. Maybe I won't go down that far. It's cohesion coherence is usually linked to task response. Oh dear. Okay, I'll be generous once again. I'll give it a 7. Okay. Now, Alexis, sorry, no 7 for you here. It must be 6. Because a lot of that is very unnatural indeed. Grammatical range, accuracy. The number of sentences that you produce without a mistake. Let's have a look. So, 1 sentence, 2 sentences, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so not a lot of errors in grammar here, not a lot of errors. Okay, so that's good. Flexibility, accuracy, frequent error-free sentences, non-systemic errors, inappropriacies. It's difficult. Let me have another look. Okay, not too bad. I'll give it a 7. It's not too bad. But it's the lexical resource that is pulling this down. So we've got, what have we got? 777, what's that? 21 plus 6 is 27. That's that, 13 and a half. What is that? It's like 6, 7, 5, 6, 5. Right. I give it 6.5. And it's mainly because of that, your vocab score. Examiner may give it less. They may give it 6. I don't think it's that bad. I think 6.5 is reasonable. It's mainly your vocab. You've got parents. You've got some phrases that just don't collocate and don't work, not as natural as they could be. You need to vary your language. Okay, so let's have a look at my example. Now, I don't think I even mentioned the parents. I don't think I even mentioned parents here once. Okay. Sport and exercise classes at many schools increasingly being sidelined in favour of academic subjects. I believe that although this will have a negative effect on children's health and social skills, I'm talking about 2 ideas there, its impact might be lessened by schools hosting after-class sports clubs. Few would argue that human beings, especially kids, need exercise, especially at school, because they have to sit still for hours, learning, etc. However, if the previously mandated sports lessons are cancelled, several things may occur. Negative impact on their well-being. Being sedentary can lead to many health issues, obesity being one of them. Also, by taking part in team games, football, rugby, children learn how to be good losers and winners and develop interpersonal skills that will last them a lifetime. So, there's a health issue, team-like games, you develop interpersonal skills. Notice, no mention of parents. Do I mention schools? I don't think I even mention. I mentioned school once. So there's one use of school, no mentions of parents, no mentions of workout, exercise. Okay, so you can see how you can vary your vocab. However, if schools will not include, due to pressure, after school sports clubs, these are already in place in many schools around the world, are popular. Idea is simple. School hires professional coaches who train the children, rugby, football, etc. The children get much needed exercise and school can focus on teaching during a normal school day. Now, there's a few uses of school there, but there's not a lot else that I could really use there. And the educational institute, I'm particularly talking about schools. So, I only mentioned school once there, schools, because there's not a lot else you can use in many educations or systems. It's talking about schools. So we can't really, we can't call them academies, we can't call them academic institutions, we can't call them universities, they are schools. So, in conclusion, as academic institutions, so I did use it once there, just once. Physical education, children's fitness, after sports class. Okay, so let me just put that so you can see the whole thing on the screen. You can probably see it all there. Okay, so that should give you some ideas. Right, hope that helps. So you can pause it here and you can read it all. Okay, so it's mainly vocab. It's not natural. It's not natural, really. Lots of things that don't really collocate. So, hope that helps. Okay, see you later.